shopkeepers usually have to deal with the customers who come to them on daily basis. They usually come to get the ringtones and songs which they ask to play for them. If the sound is good, they express willingness to purchase the mobile phone. The shopkeeper is compelled to play or else the customers won't purchase the mobile phone. Secondly, it is our practice in the market to fill the cards on customers' demand who come to the market to get the memory card filled. They get the cards filled on their demand with movies and many other items of interest. How is it from Sharia viewpoint?
It is our practice to sell mobiles to customers with cards inserted. If songs or anything is downloaded in the card, anything we download, if he listens, are we also involved equally in the sin that he commits? Are we also the partners in the sins or not that are committed by customers?
Obviously, if the tune plays, which both the seller and customer listen, both of them listen to the song, a person gets a double sin by listening to the song as well as asking the other people to listen. It is of course a sinful activity. Well, how it is to sell such a mobile phone that contains songs? There won't be any mobile phone that does not contain musical tone, option or facility. It is not sold. Those who like Madani tunes get it downloaded by themselves. Such mobiles are not sold. It is up to a person to listen to a song or not. There are people who avoid listening to it. Religious people don't like to listen to the song. They replace it with the tunes they like. They manage it usually.
Actually, according to Shari'i ruling, it doesn't confirm that a sin is committed, just as it happens in the case of selling the wood as to whom it is sold. So it is permissible to sell. The seller should intend to sell the mobile phone. Please advise about the fact that customers don't purchase without checking the tune as to how the sound is. Now what the seller should do, what should they check?
Checking the tune of a song proves that he sells something that plays songs and both the seller and the customer listen to it. Can permission to drink wine be granted to check how much intoxicating it is? It cannot be permitted.
It is not the tune which they are entrusted to check. I think they don't check the tune. Perhaps what I have understood is that they are interested, as I think, in listening to the music or song to check the quality of the speaker. They want to check the performance and the quality of the speaker by listening to the song, music or any other tune played through the speaker. I think they don't check the speaker to judge the quality of the sound or tune.
Both conditions are possible. If both conditions are true, then can there be any solution in the form of naat, etc.? He can download the naat and ask him to listen.
He will not accept. He won't accept even if downloaded. He wants to hear the song.
If the purpose is just to get the sound checked by the customer, the seller may ask the customer to check the sound quality by listening to Naat Rasool.
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
If the person who sells something refrains from listening to songs and from watching films and also refrains himself from the music, then I am sure at the time of dealing with customers he will refrain from these things, and I hope he will. Actually, the person who deals in the mobile phones should ask himself first of all that whether he himself refrains from listening to music, hearing songs and watching films. He himself should refrain. If the seller does not prevent himself from these things, how he can save others from committing sins? If somebody from Dawat Islami, who belongs to Dawat Islami, if someone from Dawat Islami sells a mobile phone, because the sale of mobile phone is allowed, as it is said, we have heard as well. Let's suppose if somebody from Dawat Islami is the shop owner and a customer arrives who asks him to check the quality of the mobile he is interested in. I mean to say, he wants to check how the song and music plays in the mobile phone. So I will assume that the one from Dawat Islami will not play the music, but he will have many other such options. For instance, naat or speeches he can play such as that could save him from committing sins. And he will get the speaker checked with regard to quality. He himself avoids it. He does not have anything like that. Even if he refuses to play, yet the customer will understand and will buy from him with interest. The one who sells something to the customer and deals with him while avoiding sins will definitely succeed in building his trust in the eyes of the customer he deals with. The high morality of the seller will then assure the customer of his fair dealing. He will consider him as an honest man and so will not be suspicious of his dealing. He has to mull over how much tendency he has to refrain from sins like music and songs.
MashaAllah, you have given good suggestions. He should download naats and speeches beforehand and play for him. He should tell the reason also as to why he did. He cannot listen as it is a sin. Suppose a song is played somewhere and it creates disturbance, so asking to reduce the sound of the song is not allowed at all. Because reducing the sound means to let it continue, and asking other people to reduce as it bothers is also wrong. It is not allowed to ask to reduce. This is like giving the permission to play the song, allowing to play with the sound that is reduced. Instead, he should say that he cannot continue listening to the song as it is bothersome. Asking to stop playing, sentences, should not be tantamount to giving clear permission to play the music or song. Sentences should not contain clear permission to play the song or music. This is sensitive. It needs care. This is the careless way of speaking that people usually have in society. May everybody learn to talk in a careful way. I will learn first. So care has to be taken. A person should think before he speaks. If a person contemplates before speaking, it leads him to better results. Well, whether we deal in mobile phones, clothes, or we are running a general store, everybody should go to a mufti to ask the Shari rulings about the business that he does. He should tell him the nature of his business and ask as to how he should deal and what he should avoid. What if he does like this? How it is if he sells like this and does so and so? People should go to learn and to ask questions. We know dealing with worldly affairs. If we sneeze, we go quickly to a doctor and say that we have sneezed 3 or 4 times today. Isn't it a problem? May we understand the sinful activity by performing which we may go to hell. In order to be saved from such a big danger, why don't we go to the doctor? Mufti who saves us from hell and sinful deeds. Why don't we go to him?